I have a vivid memory of being a child and watching my father sit motionless at our kitchen table for what seemed like hours on end. He would have his hands wrapped around his mug of tea. Sometimes there was a newspaper spread in front of him that he didn't read. It confused me, and it made me a little scared. My father was larger than life, a regular foghorn leghorn. He loved comedy and cartoons. He loved the sound of his own voice. He loved to make us laugh. He played with us and made funny faces. When he sat alone at the kitchen table, I didn't like it. "Mummy, why is Daddy sitting at the kitchen table like that?" "Daddy isn't feeling well, dear. Why don't you go play in your room?" I didn't want to play in my room. I wanted my fun Daddy back. I thought that maybe I could bring him back if I just tried hard enough, so I did. I would go into the kitchen, even though my mom told me not to, and do funny cartoon voices like we always did. I would make faces and do a little dance. All the while, my dad would still be looking at his hands. If I was lucky, sometimes he would flick his eyes up at me for just a second, a ghost of a smile on his lips. His smile seemed to cause him pain. I felt bad for a long time that I couldn't make my dad happy. Now, some 40 years later, I understand. I understand so acutely what it is to be here but not be here. I know what it is to be an observer in your own life. I get that sometimes there just isn't enough inner strength to smile, much less talk. My father's depression cost him so much. It cost him jobs, and with that, a sense of purpose. He always managed to go back to work, but I understand now how difficult that must have been for him. I imagine the pull between the relief of being productive to the fear that you will lose your hold once again. The illness doesn't warn you. Well, sometimes it does, if you pay close enough attention. Last year, I didn't pay any attention at all. I put my illness in the driver's seat of my life.